Before we get to Lucy and JuJu with their thoughts on the WNBA, which tipped off last night, the roast of Tom Brady, according to Variety magazine, was the most watched TV title on Netflix during the week of May 6th, and the second most watched title overall. The special hit 13.8 million views during the May 6th to May 12th viewing window. That's a lot. I expected more, actually.
It was number one.
I have to scroll down here and look.
That's a lot. I expected more, though.
It was Brooke Shields in Mother of the Bride.
Mother of the Bride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw it.
26.7 million views.
Oof.
That's crazy.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't?
No. It felt rushed, honestly. Like there were scenes where I'm like, I think they're just trying to get this movie out. Like this seems like this is a one-take scene, and we're good, and let's just keep it moving.
Chris, you say you're making fun of me,
also,
rightfully so, but 26.7 for Brooke Shields. I figured Tom Brady would get something close to that. That's also a lot. Yeah. I expected more.
Can I say something controversial? Benjamin
can.
Bratt was in it. Benjamin Bratt, I felt, and I shouldn't, no disparagement to the Bratt family or anyone involved with Benjamin Bratt. He's 60.
I feel like something bad's coming.
Good for 60, but
always is.
I feel like Benjamin Bratt showed up one time at our studio unannounced.
He did?
With Bryan Cranston.
I
walked them up. I was in an elevator with just them two.
So Dan has wanted Cranston on this show for years.
Yeah.
It was the day where Dan wasn't here.
Sedano got him.
Yeah, Sedano and Izzy spoke to him.
Right, yes.
But Benjamin Bratt came along with him because I guess they were in a movie together or something. I don't know.
Right.
And I was like, wow, Benjamin Bratt.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that he's still not, but
right.
I saw it and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
60 came. Still looks great. If I could look like that at 60, honestly, I would sign up. I mean, if right now, me, today, could switch bodies with 60-year-old Benjamin Bratt, I would do it. But, 54-year-old Benjamin Bratt, that was another animal. Hey, JuJu.
What up?
JuJu, what's going on? Lucy told me that because I'm conditioned.
I said, nah, damn that. I see what Dan be talking about. Billy is an anarchist. You going to look at me talking about some damn, hey, JuJu talking about Benjamin Bratt.
Yeah, he just leaves that in your lap.
I don't give a damn about Benjamin Bratt ass.
I know.
I'm here to talk WNBA.
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Yeah, he dropped that in your lap.
The WNBA season started last night.
Right.
Caitlin Clark debut. The Sun stood up in the streets. They stood up in the fire.
Yeah.
DeWanna Bronner proved herself. I've been doing this forever. I'm breaking records. AT, Alyssa Thomas, come on, man, triple-double first night. Look out. I think she on MVP watch already. What you think, sis? Lucy, what's up, my sister? It's good to see you. You know what I mean?
It's good to see you, JuJu. Obviously, Alyssa Thomas is A'ja Wilson's the leading candidate for MVP, and I know we're only one game into the season, but the second I saw her walk out in that outfit before the game started, I said, she's MVP this season. Yeah. Everybody else can just go home. It's not worth it. But Alyssa Thomas finished second last year, and you saw that. Like how great she was in that opener against the Fever. She's insane. Yeah. It's probably, I would say, the most stacked WNBA year we've seen in a long time because there's so much star power, especially with this rookie class coming in. I think viewership numbers are going to be insane, and I just want the Fever to win.
Hell yeah, bro. And the competition is gotten bigger and better than ever. Like you see with the Valkyries, salute the Golden State Valkyries. Welcome to the league, next year expansion team. But it's so much talent that's the result. It's so many great players out here that's not on the roster, and it's shining through because, bro, top to bottom, the Sun they're not even talked about as one of the top contenders of the championship this year. But you see top to bottom, three Janae Carrington with the defense on Caitlin last night, locked down. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I think that every team in the W this year, dog, can put their hat in the ring for no competition. Like the New York Knicks are doing in the NBA, every team in the WNBA is scrappy right now.
So, JuJu, obviously the Aces are the favorite to three-peat this year, win the title. Who do you think their biggest competition is?
I think their biggest competition is themselves, for real. Like they came out last night, put the foot in ass first early in that game. But then as the game go by, they get more comfortable. Then the Sun came back. Salute to Diana Taurasi turning back the clock. Like, oh my goodness. Like that Suns team, that Mercury team, pardon me, they are – I think that they're scary because they got Natasha Cloud and they got old girl Kalea Copper from Chicago. They got a team full of slashers. So I don't think that they even have a big man or the type of team that could give the Aces a run or a go, a problem. But like you said, a testament to the scrappiness. They gave them girls a run. So I think that the Vegas Aces' biggest competition is themselves.
No, I had the exact same takeaway because I was so excited watching that game when it was a blowout in the first half because I was like, I'm going to get to see Kate Martin. Yes, like this is awesome. Then we didn't get to see Kate Martin. That's okay. Her time will come. When you're looking at this rookie class, obviously Caitlin is kind of the name that we're all focusing on just with all the hype that's come into this season. What did you think of her opener last night?
I mean, I'll give her a B. I mean, because, like, look,
A B.
she's a rookie.
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah, I give her a B. And the B becomes because of the turnovers. You can't have 10 turnovers no matter who you are. But, like you said, I know about Dejanay. I know about the competition level. Like, no one says she's going to come in here and dominate. We say she's going to come in here and do her thing. So, as for a rookie on that stage, you know everybody in that arena is here to see you. You know all the hopes and dreams are on your back. It's like LeBron. We haven't seen this type of expectation since LeBron. And for her to still come in and drop a dub, like she dropped the dub now. No, let's not do that. So she had a 41% usage rate last night, which is the same as she had in Iowa. So I think that I give her a B for last night.
JuJu, you're a very kind grader, an easy grader, a B. She didn't grab a single rebound. Her team lost by 21 points. It was her debut. I don't know how to handle this because I don't want to criticize Caitlin Clark, but
You do, though.
if an NBA player had this much buildup and in his first game lost by 21, no rebounds, all the turnovers, the fouls, I'd be crushing them today. So Lucy says I have to wait 5 games. New job. She was trying to do too much, trying to show off. Probably a little bit nervous. Is that fair? 5 games before I can start criticizing Caitlin Clark? I gave her a C, by the way.
I mean, you act like you gave her an F-. That's one letter grade.
Give her a C.
Bro, you gave her 79. I gave her 80. Like, that's all that happened. I think that, look, brother, forget 5 games, bro. Have you will criticize right now if you want to, but just know that you're doing all this on wax. And whenever she climbed that mountaintop and slay the dragon, you going to be on wax saying what you said. So I don't give you 5 games. Go ahead, say what you got to say.
Well,
I believe in her.
I already said it, but I'm willing to wait 5 games before I really go in on it. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know?
It's all good.
Okay.
Look, as long as we getting talking heads and our big brothers like you talking about it,
right,
we already having a good start.
Okay.
JuJu, what's going on with Jordan Canada? Is she fine or not? Like, because she has a little O next to her name in my fantasy team, and it says that she's out. She missed preseason games, but I have no idea if she's playing in the regular season.
Come on, man. Neighborhood Canada, salute to LA. You already know what's going on. But she, I seen her running around the gym. Like, I'm not saying she's healthy, but I seen her doing drills, running around the gym up and down the court. And that was as recent as Saturday. So,
All right.
I mean,
I'm putting
I think
her in
that
the
a lot of these
starting
players,
lineup. Yeah.
right, like Dejanay had a O on her name. A lot of players got O's on their name right now, but that's just because, and like we say, we got to hold them accountable. ESPN, be as efficient with these WNBA rankings and nights and totals as you are with the NFL. Let's update these injury reports. Let's make sure we know what's going on because we're enthused about the fantasy season. Don't do us like that.
Mm-hmm.
JuJu, 2 assists short of your parlay. I took it last night. Oh, my
right.
God. It was
Courtney
crushing. We were
Vandersloot.
crushing.
Bruh, salute Doggy Dog, man. Salute Doggy Dog, Vandersloot from the New York. It wasn't even on her, bruh. It was because she was passing it to Sabrina, and Sabrina didn't have that wet shooting night like she was supposed to. But excuses are like buttholes. We all got one. So I lost the parlay yesterday, and I'm accountable.
All right.
Talking women's basketball, but going to the college game a little bit. I haven't been on the show since Lisa Bluter announced her retirement. I am so sad. I was devastated. And excited for Jan Jensen. She's going to be amazing. She's the perfect head coach. JuJu, what was your reaction when you saw Lisa stepping down after back-to-back national championship title game appearances? We didn't win.
That is quite the way to present that.
Wait,
back-to-back.
Back-to-back national title game.
Are you saying Caitlin
appearances.
left, so she left? That's it?
No, that's absolutely not what happened.
Well, it
Lisa's
feels
been
like
there
that's
for
what happened.
24 years.
Right.
That's pretty much
Right.
an entire Lucy.
And then
That's a long time.
she left right
And then
when
she left when Caitlin left.
I mean, look, we all get on Tom Brady for not leaving when he climbed the mountaintop. So, shoot, I feel like she understands. Lisa done went to back-to-back championships in
Thank you,
Iowa.
JuJu.
Like, how in the
Caitlin did
hell?
that. Caitlin did that.
I mean, nah, that's a teamwork. When you got your lacrosse trophies for being the coach of the champion team,
Right.
did you help out at all, or was it just all the players?
It was
big
all
brother?
the players. I didn't do anything. I got to be
Well,
honest with you. I
Stan.
just rolled the ball out. I mean, that's what I did. We were stacked, JuJu. I mean,
Well, Lisa was a little bit more involved than you were, I'd say, because she had to understand, like Hannah Stelke, like they have so many things that go into a season and confidence getting like up and down that roster. Gabby, I think that she instilled the confidence required that all of them could make it, not just Caitlin. Excuse me, pardon me.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I think it's she deserves all the. We supposed to put her on. We supposed to lead some of these shows with Blue to retiring, like the same way we do. I
Thank
think
you.
like Vanderveer, like we didn't give her enough attention when she retired. Stanford for all these years, bro. These goats are retiring in our faces, and we like, what's next? Like, nah, bro, that's a legend, sis.
No, I 100% agree. I'm curious. I hope to hear from Lisa soon in the next few days. I wonder how much of a factor like NIL and sort of this new recruiting age in especially women's college basketball, which is quickly eclipsing the men's, played a part in
like
her
it drove
decision
Saban from the game?
Yeah. Like it's harder now. You have to do double the recruiting. Like Iowa was active in the transfer portal and bringing Lucy Olson in. Like there's so much more that goes with it. So I'm curious if that played a factor in it or not. But let me tell you, Jan Jensen, that woman is going to lead us back to the national title game, and we'll win it this time. Not this year. Not this year. When Abby
feel
Deal
me?
gets to Iowa City.
You feel me? And underrated. Like, shoot, Lisa might want to get her groove back. She might want to go to vacation, man. It's time for Lisa to let her hair down and enjoy the fruits of her labor. You feel me? But before we get out of here, last night also, Lil Feezy, Nafisa Collier, and them girls, they took down the Storm. Now, the Storm got NECA. They got my girl, I can't think of it. The cameras, the lights. She knows what I call her. Skylar Diggins-Smith. They got a great roster over there as well as JuJu, Nneka Gumagwe, and Ezzy. I think that the expectation and the lights are bright for Seattle right now, and I think that the lights are very low for the Minnesota Lynx right now, and they could sneak in and take some of this shine away late season. Look out for the Lynx.
JuJu, we're 2 wins away here from Knicks Celtics. I mean, I feel like if you ask Dan for Game 3 courtside seats at the Mecca for that series, Dan will get it done for you. He won't get it done for me, and don't tell him I'm coming with you. But I feel like if you ask him, he will get it done. What do you think?
Hey, I'm on it. I'm going to ask his ass.
Okay, but again, reminder, don't tell him I'm coming with you, okay?
Right.
'Cause
yeah,
then he won't get it done.
I'm terrified for my Celtics right now. The way the Knicks are playing.
What?
The way the Knicks are playing.
Right.
We're not going through these same tests that they are, and we are playing soft as hell. And look, man, I'm worried.
JuJu's been saying it all year. He really has. Everyone's been praising the Celtics, and JuJu's like been worried.
They've been the best team, the most dominating team in the NBA the entire season. They're up 3-1 right now. What are you worried about?
A lot of blowouts.
Right, by the hair of their chinny chin chin.
JuJu, the Knicks have 3.5 players. I mean,
and they all got heart, and they all will drive you. They all will take you to the rack right now.
They do.
The Celtics players, they will all shoot a half-court shot in rhythm. That's all they got.
All right, love you, buddy. See you Game 3 courtside, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Here's a start of the day from that big man, Nikola. Godlike skills put on display, but we're feeling so blasé, setting records all the time. We've become so indifferent. We're all bored, but what the hey? Jokic stat of the day.
Nikola Jokic has more playoff assists than Shaq, Paul Pierce, Mike Conley, Joe Dumars, Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving, and Damian Lillard. How about that? Big game, Dame.
As I'm listening to that, I legitimately don't know the answer to the question I'm about to ask,
What's
which
that?
is Jokic a scorer first? I legitimately don't know
It's
the
a great
answer to that.
question.
He had 13 assists last night, no turnovers. God bless, would I want that from my point guard. He is unlike anyone I've ever seen that size. Obviously, he's a 3-time MVP. But the casual excellence of doing that to the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. I, in sports, Stugotz, love when the best at this goes at the best at that, whether it's mixed martial arts or anything. I love watching the arts mix. So one of my favorite things is basketball. Okay, top of the key. Let's go. It's Jordan and Iverson. It's the top of the sport. They're guarding each other. What's going to happen? Top of the key, end of the game. Those shots are hard to get at the end of the game. Show me the best against the best and watch everyone on the court who is next to them become spectators just like you. Last night, Denver's up by 11, top of the key, and Harlan knows what he's watching.
Yep.
Harlan understands the history of what it is that he's watching, and he says to you, just like that, Jokic dancing with Gobert. And what I'm seeing when he says the word Gobert is, yes, these are two bears dancing. When he says Gobert, and I'm like, Jokic, what are you going to do? Go, bear. Go do what bears do, because you're a trained polar bear, and I'm watching you against the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, and you hit the three-pointer in his face, and you're so casual about it. You don't roar at the crowd. You don't flex. It doesn't seem like anything other than the thing you do, like a metronome, just jogging up and down the court, waiting for all of it to end so you can go be with your horses. Like just hoping it all can end, and the Defensive Player of the Year is on you. And he can do nothing, and you've taken Minnesota's greatest strength, Stugotz, because I know we talk about Anthony Edwards. He was on their team last year.
Right.
He was great last year. In Gobert, the Defensive Player of the Year 4 times who's not being played off the court, they have the number 1 defensive efficiency in the league at the rim. But what happens if you've got a polar bear who takes that out of the rim? What are you going to do when Gobert can't be Gobert out there because the polar bear is going to make a 3 in his face and Harlan's going to shout, framing it, it's a masterpiece because it's the best the sport can offer. Like, you can tell me all you want about Jordan.
Right.
The offensive efficiencies of the game today make it so goddamn hard. 13 assists, 0 turnovers from that position when they got the Defensive Player of the Year, the 6th Man of the Year, when they are a swarming defense and they've got a giant rim protector who can't protect the rim from that guy who goes 8 for 9 on him.
You want to know how incredible of a playmaker Jokic is? He had 13 assists and no turnovers in a playoff game last night. Tony Parker only ever had 13 assists in a playoff game 3 times.
Ridiculous.
And he never did it without a turnover.
Point guard.
A point guard. Jokic is 7 feet.
Right.
And scored 40.
He is entering, Dan, he's about to, if he can pull this off and win a championship, he is entering a rare category of guys in NBA history that have multiple titles and multiple MVPs. Like, it's the best of the best. It's Duncan, it's Jordan, it's Magic, it's Bird, it's Russell, it's Wilt, it's LeBron. That's who it is. And Duncan.
You're not going to be able to explain this to your kids now, never mind in the future. Like, it's not, I'm not telling you 20 years from now you're not going to be able to explain it. I'm telling you, go ahead, go into your kid's bedroom right now and try to explain it. Because you're not going to be able to.
That'd be an odd thing to try and do, right? Like, knock on your kid's door. Hey, want to sit down with you?
Maybe I'll do it
Serious
tonight
conversation.
I'll do it with my 6-year-old tonight and I'll record it.
They're
Please try
wondering,
it.
like, is this the talk? And it's not.
Explain to them. I want to tell you about what unprecedented greatness we're witnessing. Listen, kid, I understand. You live in a time Skip Bayless chases LeBron 20 years with a pitchfork.
Put your tablet down for a second. I got to talk to you.
Yes, I got to talk to you. Let me explain to you what this person who was drafted 42nd in the draft is doing to this sport. And us dumbass media members are so unfamiliar with this kind of excellence that as soon as he goes down 0-2, we're like, yeah, it's over. It's over. I want the group to explain something to me, please. Draymond Green says this now of Minnesota. Their body language is bad. Karl Anthony Towns walks off the court. He's down 3-2. Draymond Green says it's over. Why do we need to do that?
Well,
why the need to do that? Please explain it to me.
he's paid to give his opinion. His opinion is the series is over.
I know, but why the need to? I'm not saying.
Oh.
I'm not saying his need to give that opinion. Of course, Draymond wants to be provocative. I'm saying all of you listening to me. Why do you need to proclaim a series over before it actually is?
We want to be right.
It's fun.
But you want to be right, but you're taking the favorite's position. Saying it's not over is the actual unpredictable opinion. Saying that Minnesota was going to win that series when it was up 2-0, everybody was doing that. And I'm asking you, why? Why?
It's fun. They just told
Is
you.
it?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's easy.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Whee!
Right. I mean, I didn't hear you saying Denver was going to win the series.
I didn't know who was going to win the series. I like to watch
thought it was over.
I would like to watch it play out.
Are there any series going on right now that you would like to proclaim over?
Yeah, try it.
Dan, Celtics
so
are up
fun.
3-1.
Celtics over.
Come on.
Panthers,
Is it over?
Bruins?
Is it
Panthers?
over? Is it, I know you
Come on,
love
say it's
Game
over.
7s, but over? I mean,
That one's over.
All right. There you go. Thank you.
See?
Come on. Join me on that one.
felt good?
look at
Felt
that.
good?
Yeah, look at
It
that.
did, huh?
That did
Feel as good as I do, huh?
That did
Try again.
feel
Knicks
good.
Pacers? Knicks Pacers. Knicks Pacers.
Well, why would that one be over?
Knicks 3-2.
But I don't think it's over.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, it's not over.
It's
disappointing.
over.
Yeah.
It's over. The Pacers are going to win it.
Oh, wow. What?
I am warning the audience right now, Stugotz, because the audience is divided on this subject. I will tell you that longtime listeners to this show have spoken. They do not want to hear me talking about the sports industry. Sports media industry. I should
The
say
sports industry, yeah, like the
yeah.
games, they want to hear about
The
that.
sports, they
More
do,
of
right.
that sometimes they
Yes,
ask.
thank
yes.
you.
Unless
Yes.
it's hockey, then they say less of that.
Yes.
Or
Well-
they heat less of that, too.
man. Hey.
Very picky, if we're going to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Talk more sports, but the right sports, not this sport, that sport. I mean, come on, make
Billy,
up your minds,
I would
people.
love for
Can't
you.
please them all, Billy.
Consulting here.
I would love, Billy,
Hey.
honestly, if you want to be someone who does get extra money as a Meadowlark consultant, but only on air, speaking most honestly for the audience in the regard that you just did, this is what, like you on behalf of the audience, JuJu does that very well, but I would be willing to pay extra
I need
for
it in writing, though. I've
for,
learned that the hard
for
way.
this, with Stugotz,
Well, yeah.
for this character to be stronger and give us honest consulting opinions on what needs to be better around here, I would take it, because I would say to you, while our longtime audience doesn't want to hear me talk about the sports media anymore, it does seem to be that people who don't listen to this show eat up that stuff and then end up at our show because they want to hear more of it. So our audience rejects it, but the audience at large that consumes sports media, absolutely not. They want to hear about RG3 being replaced by Jason Kelsey on Monday Night Football, even though Jason Kelsey is saying, I am virtually guaranteed to have CTE. They want to hear about, is NBC going to outbid TNT and end the greatest sports studio show of all time?
Hold on a second, because I think we have imaging for this.
Do you get annoyed every time Dan Le Batard pontificates about the sports media industry? Well, too bad, He knows you don't give a damn about what he's gonna say. It's time for sports media talk today.
You're good.
I am?
You are now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what I want to talk about.
Oh,
wow.
The Oak.
I'm not sure. I'm not
The
sure.
old bait and switch.
But
huh?
I do want to. I want Meadowlark consultant Billy Gill to opine, speak on behalf of the audience on things this show needs to do better.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in a lose-lose position there.
Okay, you
If
either
I
take.
say the unpopular thing, then I get yelled at by one side or the other side, you know?
No, but you pretty much do that all of the time. You speak
What?
for the audience, as if you don't think that I don't listen on Friday when you guys are spinning that wheel, and the only
I
topics,
didn't want to do
We
that.
knew you were listening.
I didn't want to
Yes.
do
the
that.
only topics that you went to are the topics and the things that you wouldn't go to, are things that I like to talk
I
about.
didn't
You don't.
ask
No,
to do
you
that.
do it in the shadows.
I didn't do that.
It's an inside job.
No. Can I ask you guys something?
No.
King Charles in this picture, is he in hell? What is this painting of King Charles? Did you see the official first portrait of King Charles? You know King Charles, King of England? Familiar
Yeah.
with King Charles? That's the official first portrait of King Charles.
He's bleeding.
Well, I don't know what's going on here. Dan?
Well, what's going on is you've sprung something on me that has no context whatsoever, that has nothing to do with what we were
Well, I was
talking
on
about.
TMZ and it popped up, and I was just
Yeah.
curious,
You're okay.
you
Keep
know.
your distractions to yourself. I'm doing the show over here.
Paid consultant.
Yeah.
But hell, or
wants
what
to
do
be
you think?
executive producer. Not really.
But hell,
Obviously
or
not really.
with Art Briles? What do we think's going on there? That's a weird first portrait. Would you not agree with that?
Why is it in our show right
Well,
now?
because
What
the
is the
internet's
context
buzzing about
for?
it. It's-
Okay.
yeah,
So,
it's-
but that's
it's
not what we were.
trending.
I was trying to do the show.
But this is Billy's job as a consultant.
I'm consulting
is to tell
you.
you what the internet is buzzing
Nightly-
about.
No,
Yeah,
when did that
nudging
become
you
his job?
slightly over.
When did that become his job?
King Charles
It's
talk.
not his job.
Telling you, put King
He thinks he's
Charles in the algorithms. We're going to be buzzing. We're going to be the biggest sports show in England right now.
Sorry.
Son of Queen Mum. That's all my knowledge. On
Why
that
are you
royal
looking at
family
me?
film.
I didn't do anything.
Queen Mum.
You didn't do anything.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything. What you've done, you and him for 20 years.
What?
What? No,
Who?
you and him
Yeah.
for 20
Jeremy?
years. You didn't do anything. I was doing the show.
I know.
I was doing a show.
I was trying to do it with you.
That's right. You were trying to do with me, but then then he started doing the show he likes to do. And where did you go?
I go with the flow.
No, you go with him is what you do, and then you two do that for 20 years, and he yells at me, I want it in writing.
There's a butterfly on his shoulder. Is that butterfly in hell?
Wow.
Or did that butterfly accidentally land on the painting, and now it's stuck
The
and
thing
dead?
that I wanted to talk about, because there are two things here I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And
And that wasn't one of them.
this is not one of them, and it's the first I'm learning of this. And the way that Billy did that, which is just to throw it at me when I'm in the middle of doing our show and I have no context whatsoever for what it is that he's doing, it's just, it works against his career advancement.
We have video of the unveiling if you would like that. We can kind of put that up there. So here's the king, and there he is. In
Like a
hell.
floating head.
With a butterfly that may or may not be living. Well, it's dead now if it's stuck to the painting. This is like the awkward videos you see of like celebrities that they get the sculptures and it looks nothing like them. I would imagine, unless he likes this, right? You think he likes this?
I'm sure he approved it. I mean,
I don't know. Well, yeah, that family you
he's
would
the
think
king.
approved it. Yeah. I don't think he surprised the royals with these things.
back to you, Dan.
The thing,
Meghan did. They didn't like that.
Not back to you, Dan.
Back to you.
the thing that I wanted to do here
There were two.
that I thought you guys would enjoy, Icyvert on X wrote what I believe to be a sports poem.
Okay.
Nobody understands the bond between a boy and the mediocre wide receiver he watched when he was 9 years old.
Over Fryer.
Brian Hartline, Chris Chambers, Devon Bass.
Wayne Corbett.
This is a game that could be played forever. Now, does it also, Lucy, nobody understands the bond between a girl and the mediocre wide receiver she watched as a child?
I was more into mediocre quarterbacks. I think that was more my style.
That's all you had.
So if I tried to connect with you, a 9-year-old Lucy loves this quarterback who's not very good, but she thinks he's good because she's being introduced to quarterback play.
Look, I got introduced to football with Iowa football, so my entire perception of everything very skewed. Also, my parents got divorced around that time, so everything is off. Yeah. I don't know what's real or what's not.
So does this tweet that speak to you like a poem, the way that it speaks to a 9-year-old boy who would become a sports fan because he fell in love with some crappy receiver that, had 440 yards for the Dolphins one season?
Sure. So my team that got me into Iowa football and football in general was the 2009 Iowa Orange Bowl team led by Ricky Stanzi. And when I went to the Big Ten championship game 3 years ago, I got super drunk and I saw him there and I saw the whole team and I told them that they changed my life and I started crying. And they were like, who is she? And I was like, you guys don't understand. I work in sports because I love you guys so much. And they were like, okay, cool. And it was very embarrassing.
So it's where I wanted to go, Billy. I thought there'd be a decent show there.
Good path.
I talked about me crying. I feel like that's great.
I agree.
You agree it's good that she cries? That's
Yes, for
Happy
content.
tears.
Yes, for content. Happy tears for content. I mean, we've been milking Lucy for those for an entire year. No one around here cries around sports. You guys don't even care about sports comparatively. Comparatively, you guys, I would say, are totally indifferent about sports compared to how Lucy feels them. Not you, Jeremy. I'm going to leave you out of this. Roy, don't look at me like that as if your soul isn't dark. Like you don't give you don't give tears of joy to your
that's true.
to a regular season game.
Why is Roy's soul dark?
Look at him.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at him for 20 years.
Jimmy Cephalo had to be one of those guys, right? Jimmy Cephalo, an average wide receiver that you
played
fell in love
football?
with.
He caught a touchdown,
Seffy.
a bomb in a Super Bowl.
He did.
Ricky Prohl.
Oh, Ricky Prohl.
I feel like our audience could play that game forever.
Alvin Harper.
Alvin Harper's not mediocre. Alvin Harper wasn't mediocre.
Well, it was when he went to Tampa.
But is that a 9-year-old wide receiver? I don't want to argue with the 9-year-old you, Roy. But Alvin Harper was a number 1 receiver when he left Dallas and failed at it.
Right.
So does that go mediocre?
I feel like he was a very good wide receiver. I'm with you on that.
Not good enough. This is
Right.
not the Ricky Prohl isn't Brian Hartline. Brian Hartline's a good one for a 9-year-old.
Yes, that's a great one.
Greg Camarillo.
That's
good.
that's almost below average. That would be today's Berrios, right?
But he had a big catch on a 1-15 team, right? He had that touchdown.
He did. He saved
the winless season.
Some would say he's a legend. I mean,
Yeah.
Put it on the poll, please, JuJu. Would some say that Greg Camarillo is a legend? Because I don't believe a single person would say that.
Some would.
No? Okay, I heard that already. Thank you, Metal Art Consultant. We don't need an echo. This place is already an echo chamber.
One moment Hall of Fame, Camarillo.
Wow.
Oh,
That's a
true.
good
That was another
That's a
game.
good one.
Did you like that?
That's
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
that-
one.
that's a good one.
That's a good one
I mean,
for the
yeah.
One Moment Hall of Fame. Who are the One Moment Hall of Fame first ballot?
He has Reggie Miller in there for some reason.
9 seconds.
Hall of Famer first ballot, One Moment Hall of Fame.
There are 2 moments in that 9 seconds, though.
Steve Bartman.
You're right, Roy. I didn't think about that.
Who was the David Tyree? The Giants.
David Tyree.
One
Yeah,
moment
David
Hall of
Tyree.
Famer. Yeah.
Mediocre receiver.
It's a good game.
The butterfly and the portrait.
That's right. It's time for
What happened there?
I don't
restart
know
there.
why we're so bad at this after so much time. But DraftKings, I'm sorry. DraftKings, I'm just sorry.
No, we're starting. We're just starting over there. That's
I thought it was funny. I thought we were playing. I thought we were fooling around. No?
that was too sloppy.
That's where Chris takes it very seriously.
Okay. Now, you know what? I'm leaving all this in. Just
Oh,
start
come
over.
on,
Just leave it all in. Just leave it all in.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice.
Our incompetence.
Whenever Mike would do this, we get to start over.
Chris Cody, our incompetence is something. Look, we either succeed or fail on our incompetence because doing it the competent way, it ain't working.
Bingo.
That's right. It's our first time doing
Against the
And it is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Stay tuned because you'll hear about all that DraftKings has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Roy, kick us off.
All right, Game 5 of the Avalanche Stars series. I'm going with the Stars. They are a home favorite, a goal and a half. Setting aside the Valeri Nistrusin suspension, the Stars have won the last 8 games after a road win. They won Game 4, and they have won by 2 in the last 3 games. So I'm going to say that this trend will continue. Go with the Stars as a home favorite, 1.5 against the spread.
Jeremy.
I'm really into tennis now because of the movie Challengers. So I found a Challenger tournament in Bordeaux. Kieran Jacquet against Andy Murray. Andy Murray is minus 165. I'm taking Andy Murray.
Against the spread.
Even though you're doing money line.
One moment Hall of
that's
Famer.
Yes.
Lucy.
More WNBA action. I'm going to take the Chicago Sky to cover +8 against the Wings. Both teams are missing their big right now. Camila Cardoso's out 4 to 6 weeks. Very sad. But the Sky beat the heck out of the Liberty in the preseason.
Yep.
I know it's preseason, but the vibes are high. I think the Sky will cover. This is Angel Reese's WNBA debut.
My
and
Sky.
That's against the spread.
Spread.
Billy bring us home.
Real quick, though, just right there. Lucy, do you follow? JuJu tries and works very hard on these parlays. It hurts him when he loses. And last night, he got 2 easy rebounding numbers in the WNBA, and Vandersloot killed him by not having enough assists. But JuJu really knows what he's doing when he's analyzing this sport, and it hurt me to see him lose that 3-team parlay because Vandersloot had 5 assists instead of 6.5.
Mystics were a problem last night. I'm shocked. The Liberty were trailing most of that game. I'm sorry for JuJu, and I think you should bet on DraftKings, but I don't know how much you should trust me because I don't put my whole heart and soul into it. I do try, but I don't put my whole heart like JuJu does.
Billy, bring us home.
All right, Dan, I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes -1.5 over the Rangers.
Wow.
Why, you ask? It's a great question. I don't know if you guys were watching, but during the NFL Draft watch-along, we had an offensive line expert named Ian, who we later revealed to be Taylor's roommate. Now, I found out that Ian is actually a giant Rangers fan. It's the #1 team that he follows. And after the last game, Ian was not happy. He said, quote, "Panarin is a fraud. Been saying that for years. He's a regular season merchant. So are Creeder and Zibanejad. Core is made up of losers, and for that reason, I am taking the Carolina Hurricanes -1.5 over the New York Rangers against the spread."
Okay, objectively, I'm grateful that you poured yourself into that kind of research of getting Taylor's roommate.
Kreider, not Creeder.
Yes,
the bread man.
I will tell the audience and people who watch this show on the DraftKings Network and watch it seriously for information, because on channel 1168 on Samsung TV Plus.com and on the DraftKings Network.com.
A regular season merchant, Dan.
There are people looking to this channel for their gambling information. And you have just suggested, okay, and I'm going to go to my hockey expert here for help.
Ian. You have your hockey expert, I have
Right.
mine.
I have Roy.
Yours is Roy.
Roy, forgive me, but if I were to tell you that the Rangers, the best team in hockey, are going to lose tonight by more than a goal, you would tell me that you think that's probable, possible, likely?
It's probable. Like, they lost at home to the Carolina Hurricanes last time, so it's probable.
Probable that the Rangers will lose by more than a goal.
Yes, it's probable. I mean, the Hurricanes can get an empty net goal, and they can lose by 2.
Jeremy made a pick on a tennis match off a movie he saw.
Well, and more than that, here's the thing. That when I heard the way that he made that pick, I was legitimately thinking to myself, is he making a bet that makes him look like an asshole on purpose?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you this: the stakes stakes are high in this one for Ian, because he said, quote, "If the Rangers blow this, I will never watch another hockey game for the rest of my life." So game for his fandom, game for his life.
We are in a contract year with DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why if I don't know something, I reach out to the experts. Ian.
All
He's
around
in finance.
us, all around us on this network, this gambling network, all around us are people who are wildly informed on how it is they make their bets. They are touts. They are helpful. They are information people, and we sit here like a turd in a
turlet.
A turd in a fruit punch bowl at a party, at a great party, a gambling party. We sit in the middle of it, betting tennis because this one saw a movie, and betting Carolina by more than a goal.
Ian's watched every game. He's in sales, we think.
You want those picks from Ross Tucker, huh?
Ross Tucker is more
I think
informed.
Ross Tucker's watching more Islander games or Rangers games, whatever, than Ian? Doubtful. I doubt it. But who knows? Because Ross Tucker's time seems to be working very different than everyone else's time. Guy knows everything. NFL, college. He has a show for every different sport, and he knows everything about all of them. How? How does Ross Tucker have the time?
I just texted my best friend Hannah and asked her who she thinks is going to win tonight.
Wow.
And she has never watched a hockey game
And?
this entire season. She's picking the Rangers. And she's an astrophysicist. She's real smart.
I'll text Joey.
Dan, you know what I found out about Hannah today? An anagram.
Lucy, you said Anna or Hannah?
Hannah.
Okay, I don't know.
Anna, too, depending on how you spell it.
Phil
Even though
McConkey.
if there's 2 N's, it's also an anagram. Same with 1 N, Anna. Anagrams are fun. Race
Hanagram.
car. A hanagram.
Keeps talking.
Lucy, I would like to talk to Hannah, the astrophysicist, and make hers the bet of the week that we're betting because I want better information than this group of clowns is providing me.
So she said, I don't think that's what I just said. I don't know what she was trying to type there. It doesn't make sense. But she said, if I'm wrong, that's showbiz, baby. So you have to trust that. I went to get another source, and I texted my little sister, and I said, who do you think? And she said, Rangers. Canes fans are annoying. Yeah. Two great sources.
Wow. Don't worry, Dan. I texted my brother as well. We'll find out soon.
I mean, it wasn't a bet on purpose you were making, right?
The movie's really good,
No,
Dan.
but just
Have you seen
doing,
Challengers?
just all of it. Tennis. I'm going to bet tennis. Look at me. I probably smell like potpourri. Like
Thanks.
Okay. That's yes. All right. That's what we were doing. Mm-hmm. The thing I wanted to get to before.
Willie Gault?
You're going too old, Stugotz. Pick something in this century for people to connect to.
It was my childhood.
I know, but you're making
50.
When he was 9.
I know, but you're making jokes for people.
Freddie Solomon? I mean,
We didn't get to your guys' against the
you're
spread.
right. You're right.
I don't have it against the spread
well.
because I wasn't prepared for this segment.
You need
And
an Ian in your life.
You have actively played defense against me today in a way that has rarely been this undercutting.
Defense wins championships, baby. That's show business.
Hannah
said that.
The story I was trying to get to. I want to talk to Hannah, the astrophysicist, and I want to make bets with her.
She's so smart.
No, but
Not Ian.
I want to no. See, this is what I want to do with our show. No, don't let Billy's team of dumb demons spew all over the bottom of this company and piss all over the show.
Consultant.
Ian broke down everyone that was drafted on the offensive line except centers because the Jets didn't need one.
Let's have Ian go against the astrophysicist head to head, and let's see. Let's put some money on it. You're informed idiot or Lucy's actually smart person who doesn't know anything. But at least we're going to choose an astrophysicist and not Taylor's roommate who's not named Ian.
Well, I will say this. I've never met Ian in person, so I can't completely vouch for him. But I was also told in my headset that Danny Benitez's cousin is also an astrophysicist.
Yeah, this
so
is
you could
what
have a
Billy
round
wants to
table
do.
Of
And
astrophysicists.
no, I've got enough
Should
Danny
you like.
Benitez's I'm paying around here because we've hired everybody's friends around here to run our video department.
His cousin, though, astrophysicist.
No, I don't need any more of these people from the Miami that they told me never to build this in.
Yeah. What do you mean by these people?
My people.
Oh, Lavernius Coles.
My life. He's too good.
What? No, get out of
He's
here.
too good.
Get out of here.
Lavernius Coles is not mediocre.
Freddie Mitchell.
He's not. Lavernius, go. That's not fair. Find me Lavernius Coles' best seasons. They are not mediocre.
Roddy White?
No, don't change it. And Roddy White was very good. How do you not know the definition for mediocre?
You're right. I should know it. No one's more mediocre than me.
Joey likes Carolina.
Oh.
So now we're split. What do we do?
The story, well, probably not get another contract from DraftKings.
Oh.
If I had to guess, my guess would be that in a contract year, they would find this segment insufficient for the people who want gambling content.
I don't know. I trust my sister.
I don't think anybody's given you info on the Challenger tournament in Bordeaux, though, Dan.
Yeah.
The Bordeaux was I'm like, he's not doing this on purpose, but when you said Bordeaux, I'm like, he is. He must be. He's leaning into, I'm going to be an asshole on purpose. It was the Bordeaux that got me.
It's what got me too. That's why I paid attention to it.
The story I was trying to get to. I'm going to tease a segment here because I think it's good. Just put up on the screen the frozen picture of the story I'm going to talk about next because I've been wanting to get to this for 2 segments. This is sports television.
Stephen A's face.
Just all of it. No, it's how Stephen A is gonna age with grace by empowering very strong, funny people to take that show into whatever it becomes. It's great. It's a great career move. What you see on the screen is Stephen A's future, and those guys are dominating sports media, and JJ Redick could have any job he wants. I've been trying to get to this story for 2 segments. Would you guys please allow me, or do you want to give me more information from Taylor's roommate about what's going to happen in...
Fine.
So, Stugotz, I need to tell our audience and everyone here, wherever it is that you are tired of me talking about sports media, I totally get it. I am tired of me talking about it too. It has been not just talking about it, but living it over the last few years has been quite the illuminating experience because our business is changing. Anybody who's been with us for this long knows everything that happened with us, and it's an interesting thing to, in the pandemic, leave a safe thing that's changing and just sort of push ourselves into an unknown future where you're fighting for yourself, you're self-employed, and the media landscape is totally changing. And, oh, look, during that time, Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce just built a giant entire empire. And look over here in that time. Shannon Sharpe has decided to get in the game in a way that notices what McAfee is doing and says, well, I can be that because I'm going to be a workaholic late in life who competes the way I did at football and watch what I do now when I get some power and some business. And Stephen A. links up there and says, yes, welcome here, First Take. We'll have a platform and we'll build all our own shit on ESPN because ESPN has changed. Everyone sees the game, right? Everyone sees McAfee's renting. McAfee $17 million rents, comes in and engulfs Stephen A.'s salary and renting. They don't own McAfee. McAfee plays there and gives what he wants to them because he passed Stephen A., let's not say in voice or face of a franchise, but did in money. And now Stephen A. is coming up for a contract. And he just buried Skip Bayless. Mm-hmm. Ended his career because I told you at the beginning of this, Stugotz. Watch how the old guys in media who have always been the kings age, whether it's Jim Rome or Colin Cowherd, getting into business with Shannon Sharpe as we get into business with all the smoke and now try to make big deals in the realm where JJ Redick resides, where he's saying to himself, okay, I've built this really cool thing over here. It's a plaything. It's a hobby. Do I want to coach with LeBron? Charlotte job, not enough. I'm going to go to the head of the line. What do I want to do with my life as someone who regrets not being around for my child on Christmas days? Do I want to compete against the media where it's an easy win because it's not as tough? They all just realized it, Stugotz. All of them. Wait, all I got to do is beat Le Batard and Stephen A.? All I got to do is beat Cowherd? Wait, the punter? McAfee can do that? How did he do that? I'm more famous than him. I'm so much.
Tight end.
I've got so Kelce builds that, and now Amazon's bidding for that, and Jason Kelce and his brother goes right to the front of the line. RG3, get out of here.
Yep.
You may have a media career, but it's not going to be on the biggest thing. No, Jason Kelce gets that. A center goes right to the front of the line. That happened in the last 3 years. That happened even though Travis Kelce was in Stugotz's ear in Tahoe. Hey, how do I do this? That all happened. How do I do this? How do I get to where you guys are? That's the conversation in Tahoe. And how does he do it? In 10 minutes.
Yep.
As soon as he gets into the game, he does it. Now, JJ Redick, and I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing it, but it's been my life for 3 years, and it's been the second worst thing in my life in those 3 years because all of these athletes are coming for gambling money that is keeping the entire industry alive as ESPN and Disney shake so much that they got to rent to McAfee, and here comes Kelce and Shannon Sharpe. How do I use your platform to build what Stephen A. Smith did as Stephen A. Smith? Every day on their air from 10 to noon is selling, I'm in a contract year, I'm the biggest voice you got, and I'm about to be a free agent to do whatever I want. Look at what I built here. I built this entire thing that has been number one for 12 years. I did it over Bayless. Bayless went over there and competed, did it the same way, lost. Has Paul Pierce using the N-word on Undisputed by accident because that entire thing is caved in as Shannon Sharpe and JJ Redick are sitting next to Stephen A. Smith, and he ages like that. I've told you I admire that man. Now, I don't love some of the things that he does to broaden audience because I don't think audience is always the most important thing. But as a conqueror, as a dude who knows how to win at this industry, there has never been anyone better because look at the teammates he has now, Stugotz. He's gone and grabbed the best you can grab at what it is that they do, which is make good television, and he's got total power in a contract year. about to leave ESPN as all the athletes around it. You're paying Joe Buck what? You're paying Troy Aikman what? How are they worth more than I am? How am I getting? And he's got a production deal, so it's the big salary plus how do I build this with ESPN? Because you don't think that Omaha Productions and Tom Brady and Stephen A., you don't think he wants to compete with them there for the big money? How do I partner? Omaha's got a 10-year deal, Stugotz.
It's crazy.
It's all built around Eli and Peyton are willing to join you from their basements.
Yep. They are programming ESPN right now. Them and Pat
Correct.
McAfee.
It used to be Nick Khan of CAA who was programming ESPN. He is now doing the wrestling stuff. He's now in live television, bringing wrestling to Netflix. So this game has been my life for the hardest 3 years of my life, and I'm fascinated by what it is that's happening.
Of course, yeah.
JJ Redick has been great on First Take. Great because he's smart. He knows the numbers. And now, do I want to do a podcast with LeBron James and build that empire? Because, man, it's great dominating, making interesting content about the sport I love. Or do I want to coach LeBron James? That's the choice that one of the people on First Take who has used First Take very well has, because the whole thing at ESPN is changing where everyone can lily pad, jump. You get there, they build your thing, you use them, you go to the next thing. McAfee can do that if he wants. You don't want Aaron Rodgers on next year? Okay, I'll do this somewhere else. You've helped me build it.
Or I'll get Belichick.
Right.
Or Saban.
Right, correct. Mm-hmm. And I will dominate whatever the future of ESPN becomes. But the thing I wanted to get to as it relates to JJ Redick and Doc Rivers, because Doc Rivers, before JJ Redick, played the media game better than anybody. Charisma, charm, doesn't matter how much I lose. I am great at just making you like me. And so I throw ESPN's entire broadcast plan for the NBA into total upheaval. They kick out Jeff Van Gundy. They make a spot for me because I've been let go, and I immediately jump, well, I can coach Giannis. Okay, I've got a better job over here in actual sports, not sports media, which the athletes know they can conquer. It's easy. Doc Rivers has conquered media. That's easy. What he can't conquer is above him. He's won one title
right
with a team for all time that birthed all the super teams, and JJ Redick says things like this about him, and you will hear afterward Doc Rivers' recent rebuttal with Stephen A. Smith. So play all of that sound, please.
I've seen the trend for years.
What's the trend?
The trend is always making excuses. Doc, we get it. Taking over a team in the middle of the season is hard. It's hard. We get it. Just like getting traded in the middle of the season is hard for a player. We get it. Mm-hmm. But it's always an excuse. It's always throwing your team under the bus. They lose to Memphis. Oh, it's his players' fault. Memphis was playing G League guys and two-way guys. And then you look at his quotes over the weekend. Now he wants to take credit for the James Harden trade to the Clippers working out. He wants credit for that. There's never accountability with that guy.
That was a couple of months ago, and everyone seized on it. A lot of people were hearing it for the first time, even though a lot of people know of Doc Rivers. He is extraordinary at the media game.
Yes, he is.
Just really great at how it is it that I get you to like me. Well, this is how. He rebuts JJ Redick when he's on Stephen A. Smith's show this way. And what I want you to listen to is how candy sweet he is all around it while really insulting JJ Redick.
JJ Redick was on the record getting on you pretty adamantly about some of the things that you were saying once you ultimately ended up in Milwaukee and talked about passing a buck or whatever. Did you two ever talk about that? Did you ever resolve that with one another?
No. JJ's had a problem with me for a while, and that's fine. Players do. One thing, when you coach, Stephen A., you can be called a player's coach or whatever you want to be called. But if you make decisions that the player doesn't agree with, in JJ's case, we didn't cite him back. With the Clippers, I stopped playing him as much because he wasn't very effective in the playoffs. And, that's all known. But I'm fine with that. Like, usually they all come back to you. Mm-hmm. They do because they know everything you tried to teach them or do for them was in good. JJ Redick's best numbers of his career was under one coach, and you're looking at him. Right here. I'm the one that grabbed him out of Milwaukee and decided to start him. From that point on, his career took off. All the movement plays, everything. First play of the game, every game when we played with the Clippers, you would have coaches and teams come up to you and say, you're not going to score on that first play with JJ. And I would always say, just watch us. We're going to figure it out. So overall, nothing but love for JJ. Obviously, there's things he doesn't like, and I have no issues with him.
Nothing but love at the end.
That is a gift, man. I mean,
it's a gift if what you like is sandwiches, because he said nothing but love, no issues, except for, I'm the reason for all of his success. And he wasn't effective in the playoffs, so I benched him, and he wasn't very good.
The coach for his best season, you're looking
That's
at him.
right. I'm the reason for his success. It is the version of Brady versus Belichick. I'm the reason you won. No, I'm the reason.
And nobody is really,
no one
cares
really won
but them.
Well, but they care, though. The greatest, the Doc at the end, like that is, God almighty, Doc, so insincere.
But lovable.
No,
like you could tell through
fraudulent, and if you don't like accountability and you like fraudulent, lovable.
My guy.
It's easy to trick the media is my point. It's where I started, Stugotz.
I know.
The media's
We're idiots.
We won the media game. We look at what did that DraftKings segment. We won the media game. Do you know how easy it is to win the media game? It's filled with idiots.
I texted my friend Hannah and said, hey, do you want to make picks for us? And she said she's going to create her own algorithm to get picks for us. So, DraftKings, you are welcome. Yeah. She goes to Berkeley. Smart gal.
Eric Decker?
Please get Feldman to sponsor.
Ian.
No.
Oh.
No. Your astrophysicist friend and her gambling knowledge, so I can get rid of all these clowns who are polluting our contract here at DraftKings, because we might not keep winning.
They were not clowns, they were mascots.
We might not keep winning the media game this year in the contract year.
We have a 20-year winning streak, though. I mean,
we're in danger.
We're going to take an L?
DraftKings this year could get any of the people who are competing against us.
Oh.
Like Hannah.
They don't have
my
Joey.
friend.
Ricky Prohl?
You did him already.
Oh, I did.
Stugotz just apologized to me, Chris. You'll find this funny. Stugotz just sincere. It might be the first sincere apology or the first sincere thing Stugotz has said to me in 20 years.
It felt different.
He legitimately apologized because he knew in the last segment, as I did, that I was talking too much. And I knew when I was in it, too, that I knew I was talking too much. But the way he apologized to me, and God, he's been wheezing to the finish line on the end of these shows with breath today that knocked out a mascot because Bernie smelled the cigarettes on Stugotz and was truly disgusted.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but off air, Bernie was coughing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the real Bernie, the person I heard coughing.
Look, over the last 3 years, Stugotz has done a great deal of damage to himself. And he smells like cigarettes in a way that I laughed in a way I shouldn't have when I walked in today because he was smoking a heater at 8:15 in the parking lot, and it just didn't feel like the height of show business. It's not even a parking garage. It's a parking garage. Like Stugotz is at the top of the game. He's writing a book. He's conquered media. He turned down a big New York job. Like we won at the media. Like we got a lot of money to leave ESPN and fight in this game, and I find it hugely interesting.
Right. Amazingly, it gets worse than you pulling it at 8:15 and me having a heater. It just happened.
I know. You smelled like cigarettes. You made the Hall of Fame mascot cough just by being in your presence. But he legitimately apologized to me because I know I sound obnoxious at the end of the show. I'm talking too much about something only I care about. You don't care enough about these people. You wouldn't be listening to us if you cared about these other podcasts.
I had Rambling Man loaded up during that segment. Almost went to it.
I know. But you don't understand. This is what happened, Chris, and I'm dead serious. I've been holding all of it down for too long. I've been hiding it from you. I want to talk about it, and the audience won't let me. And when the fuck have I given a care about what the audience wants from me? Like, that's not where the interesting show resides. This shit has been interesting because it's consumed my life for the last 3 years. And yes, thank you for laughing at me, JuJu. I want to get to all of this because Stugotz legitimately just said to me, as my teammate who's now coughing through phlegm because he's so unhealthy and has so little left in the tank.
Oh, so little.
He just said to me, like mumbled it under his breath, sorry I didn't support you more in the last segment. I was trying to get bacon out of my mouth.
I was joking on bacon. The bacon out there is so good, man. It's got some honey on it. It's sweet. Bacon alone is good, but honey bacon, forget it, man. Anyway, I apologize.
Well, JuJu misses this show. I know he does, because JuJu loves this show from a place that very few people do.
But over 20 years, like, you were going down a path that I love. I love having those discussions with you.
I was
about
looking
the media.
all around the room saying, where are my teammates? Where's my help? I need another sound from somewhere. Nope, they've gotten out of the way, and I'm going to get accused of being rambling man. I'll go to my trusted teammate of 20 years. He knows how to produce this show. Oh, no, there's bacon stuck in his throat. He can't fish it out. He's been digging around in his mouth for 3 days on air in a way that must disgust JuJu. JuJu, he has done it 3 times this week when you'll never forgive Jeremy for doing it 1 time. JuJu, I don't mean to betray any company secrets here. You have not shared this with me, but just based on what it is you've said on the air, I think you respect Jeremy less than you used to just because he put a finger in his mouth.
I definitely go in with a fist bump these days because of my brother on most handshakes, because that haunts me before I go to sleep most nights these days.
You are positive and also elusive. You do not say bad things about people. I've asked you a direct question. Do you respect Jeremy less than you used to because he was caught on camera with half of a sausage finger deep in his throat?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. I just want truth. JuJu,
3 knuckles deep.
JuJu, if we're going to establish, I am going to preface everything with the audience with JuJu tries to be positive. He does not want to take people out. But JuJu is the most honest man we have in the company.
Close second, me.
JuJu will tell me what the truth is while wrapping it in positivity. I have missed today's show, JuJu. You heard today's show somewhere. What are the complaints from the audience? Did I talk too much about the sports media?
Nah, you didn't talk too much about it, man. This is your show, your name in the lights, bro. We here for it. But I think you have to remember that most of the people listening to this, me included, we broke bit, bruh. So you talk about Pat McAfee and JJ Redick, head coaching jobs, media landscape. Brother, we had to go to work today. We got to wake up and stuff to do. So that's a luxury that them brothers have, salute. But we don't give a damn. Like, if they go off the air, somebody going to talk about sports. We just want that shit playing in the background while we do our lives.
That's interesting, JuJu, but this is where I would disconnect with the audience, because I believe that the audience rides with us, understands that Meadowlark has 45 employees because they're in this business with us. They're why we're worth so much. So the reason I promised people at the start of the pandemic I would sort of show them the innards of how the business of some of this works, and we've all seen it play out in public. It funds the entire thing, JuJu, so I assume if they care about us, they care about this, because this is consuming me. They love us, but this is consuming me while I'm at my brother's bedside trying to keep 45 employees in this game. I'm assuming that our audience cares about the innards of that, even if they don't understand the money. But that money pays for everyone at Meadowlark.
Yeah, they care about it from the standpoint of you, because if they cared about those people's business, they'll probably listen to them all day and tune in to them and not even give us a chance. So I think they're interested in that stuff, but when you are involved, like, we care a lot more than, let's just say, just the examples you gave today, JJ Redick and Pat McAfee and those people. Like, I don't give a damn. I don't even watch their shows. That's why I be thinking I be saying stuff for the first time in the history. This the only sports show I actually watch outside of 1 or 2 more. And, like, I can listen to podcasts later on. But I don't be watching none of that, bruh. I watched Pat McAfee for the first time, like, when I was down there and we had Aaron Rodgers on. Don't nobody watch that. Your loyal fans, we love you. We want to hear what you got to say, big bro. And so we care about your business, but not necessarily the other folks. You feel me? Respectfully. Salute to all the other folks, though.
No, but JuJu, this is what I want this to become. You know this. You know this is the truth, okay? I believe that JuJu has been an underutilized weapon around here for reasons that I can't totally understand, because I want to be doing cool stuff with him, at least in part, because in my 20 years doing this with this show, no one has been more honest with me than JuJu. JuJu will scream at me. JuJu does not care. He just doesn't care about whether or not something's going to land wrong because it's the truth in private. but would never do that in public.
Right.
Gives nothing in public but positivity.
That's a friend right there,
and
man.
well, but it's not just a friend; it's a good employee. Or I mean, I think people know some of the story of our relationship with JuJu, but I want this to be our most honest segment. I want you to come in here and tell me, without regard for my feelings or anyone else's, hey, this is what you did poorly. This is what you did well. This is what the fans think, because I've had to get out of what was the constructive criticism of Reddit because of whatever the internet's become. But I miss the way the most clever listeners of this show used to produce it by trying to be competitive cleverly. And so I'd like to evolve this show into whatever the next steps look that way, and I wanted to begin with you telling us what we got wrong most honestly at the end of these shows. So, what did we screw up today?
Well, I'm going to start on a positive note, and thank you for saying those positive words, brother. I always want to tell you in front of the world, I love you, and I appreciate you changing my life, because I was on the road to nowhere fast, and you helped me pick myself up, so I will always show you my respect, bro. But
you
from two... you got to know it. 2 bars, 4 stars on YouTube. They say, hey, great archive interview today. They're really enjoying them, and they really enjoy the art. I don't think you guys experience it, but us watching the show during your breaks, sometimes Mike takes us down the archive and go to old interviews, and those have been a blast, bro. Like it's way refreshing to hear those than just watch a blank screen. So we got some positive stuff coming in today. He loves those, and I love them too.
They're cool. It does look cool. If you're not watching on YouTube, I should explain to the audience, because there are some things that have been concealed. Obviously, the move to video has been complicated and difficult, and a lot of people in the modern age are trying to figure out the video stuff, because that part slipped by when we were at ESPN, Stugotz. It happened very fast. We could have built all of this on YouTube, and we did not, because we weren't thinking that way then. So
we built the podcast, not the YouTube numbers.
That's correct. Well,
yes.
The video, right. But it feeds everything here. And yes, the television product is getting better because of things like that. It took a minute, but we've learned in front of you, and hopefully you have learned to love some of the video characters as they've stumbled around chasing the show.
Also, for the first time, now this has never happened before, and it's still happening right now. We still got 20 hours left on this, but is Inside Man one of your favorite Denzel movies? It's 50-50 right now, and you know that doesn't happen.
Wow.
At all.
That's never happened
Never
before.
happened before.
It's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, and World B403 says, hold up. You mean to tell me that Dan's the most popular athlete in the world played last night, and he didn't mention her once? You're slipping, Dano. And I got to say to World B403, you got to tune in to the Big Suey, because me and Lucy got that covered for you. So he was just saving it for us. So salute to my big brother.
JuJu. Thank you. I am not a sexist who refused to talk about Caitlin Clark. I asked JuJu and Lucy to do so more informed than I am, because they've been watching the sport for the last 4 years, and I have not.
Dan, I think you'll be happy to know I'm going this weekend, as a matter of fact, on a wellness retreat. I'm trying to become a better me. I am going to Las Vegas for 2 Dead & Company shows, so I just wanted you to know that a healthier me is on the way.
Those words mean nothing.
Vegas, Dead & Company. I mean, they mean everything to me. I mean,
JuJu.
Also a great fan of the show. He wrote in Michael Askew, a.k.a. Skew. He turned 44 yesterday, and we want to wish him a very happy birthday, brother. Thank you for all your support. Sorry, I didn't get to it yesterday.
To him. I don't care.
Dan
Good
cares
luck.
so much about women's sports that he outsourced the work to a woman.
That is correct.
Jeremy, we trying to work on
eye-sticking.
likability.
Yes, JuJu. How's that going for us, JuJu? How's that going for us? JuJu, how much does it hurt you? I hurt for you last night because your expertise was on display. Your 2 rebounding numbers came in very quickly on those bets. You had those easy, and Vandersloot betrayed you. She betrayed you. You pour a lot of your heart into those bets, and that was a good bet, JuJu. You had the 3-team parlay.
Right, bruh. Salute doggy dog, man. Courtney Vander salute. Like I said, I don't blame her. It was just Sabrina had an off shooting night. She kept swinging at Sabrina. Sabrina shooting from the logo, but them things was clanking off the backboard hard as hell, bruh. She looked like old boy from that movie with Ben Stiller, Rain Dance.
Oh, that's so
it
good.
was more
rain. It's so good. Make it raindrop. Yes, raindrop.
Sabrina was making it rain last night, boy. And so she fell through, man. And it hurt me so bad. Now you already know. I had a tough hour after that. Like I ain't want to eat food. I really
JuJu.
So
well,
much,
I need to explain this part to the audience just to let them go. JuJu cares deeply about this. He does not want the audience to lose its money, and that bet hurt. It hurt because JuJu cares, and it's supposed to. That's the way that whole thing works. It's why people love doing it so much, because you feel more alive caring about games more than you already did.
Right. This is how I watch the games video. I know you can't see it, but I have 4 TVs here at the house, and I was locked in. And after she didn't get her points, it just broke my heart.
See,
so
but it's brutal. It's Chris. It's a heartbreaker. You hate it when you.
I had it. I followed it.
You got 2 legs of the parlay. The third one's there. You know you bet it correctly, but you know you're informed enough. I just need her great teammate to make shots. That's all I need.
But once you have 2 legs, you have to hedge the third. That's the rule.
Well, but you can't do that.
If they're all going on at the same time.
But
the timing, the timing was a little off. She fell before the other people even had a chance to. So my whole night was just ruined. If you couple that next to Anthony Edwards crapping the bed now, I predicted a lot of things, man.
Oh, wait a minute. So some last thing, because some people said that we made fun of Simmons and Cowherd for getting it wrong on the Timberwolves, but not JuJu.
Yeah.
But JuJu got it right. I got it wrong. I apologized at the beginning of this series to JuJu for his analysis because the Defensive Player of the Year did indeed bother him, it seemed like, for one game. But then he did not any longer, and it is fair to wonder. JuJu, it's totally good analysis by you. The idea that those bodies might bother him, and they did in game 1, and then never again.
Right. But to my point, to my case, if Aaron Gordon is gonna play like Aaron Jeffrey Gordon, they're gonna win the championship, brother. 27 points last game. Last night he looked like the second coming. That's what I'm saying. They look the part now. With the Lakers, they just look so lackluster. And I say if they bring that energy to the Timberwolves, they're gonna get the head knocked off of that monster. But the entire team is stepping up. Even Caldwell Pope got you 12 points last night. It's you can't do nothing with that, man. Rudy Gobert or not, especially the Joker with the look in his eyes. The Joker had 2 dunks last night. What is that?
There's never been anyone like him.
Air Gordon.
See you later. See you later, JuJu.
Yes, sir.